What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today, honey, guess what? We are about to turn up this recipe in the kitchen, fast, easy and simple. Oven bake, Hennessy jerk turkey wings in the kitchen every time straight and just in time for Thanksgiving. Yes, goodie. If it is your first time here and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, oh wait upon, go ahead and subscribe, goodie, and turn on your post notification so that way you will always be the first to be notified whenever your girl upload what? A brand new video. Now, you ready for turn up in the kitchen? Well, ready for cook? Let's cook. Okay, goodies, make we jump right in it. Now we have our turkey wings here that has been washed with salt, lemon juice, and vinegar. You want to be sure that you have removed any feather that might be sitting on that wing, alright? Now make a season it up. You're going to go ahead and add some salt and black pepper to kick it off, alright? And know that I'm not measuring anything here. It's just whatever, yeah. I'm going to try to put some amounts down below. All right, I'm going to try, but it's just eyeball. Everything is eyeball in here. I did go ahead and add some onion and garlic powder to the mix. All right, we just go ahead and just sprinkle it on because when I'm cooking this particular recipe, I do not measure. I just put in and taste along as I go, and then if I need to add more, I just go ahead and add more. All right, that's what I do when I'm cooking these turkey wings. Now, your season of choice is up to you really. But I did decide to go in and add the garlic herb seasoning to it. It's going to kick it up a notch, but that is totally optional. Now, in order to kick it up with mad flavor, you know how I feel about my combo season, right? So I did go in and add my combo seasoning to it. If you don't have combo season, y'all, you could just go ahead and add all-purpose season. Any kind of all-purpose season of your choice, you go ahead and add it in. Now, to the combo season, I did add some chicken seasoning. Now, if you don't have you don't have the chicken seasoning, I'm using the Ocheros brand here. You could add turkey seasoning, poultry seasoning. All right. Now, you want to be sure to add just a little bit of the jerk seasoning rub. All right, just go ahead and add that in. Even though we're using the powder mix here, we're definitely going to use the wet one as well. Now, I did add a little bit of chili powder here, all right? And know that that is totally optional too. You could add cayenne pepper if you want. Now, you don't want to skip out the paprika, all right? Go ahead and add your paprika in. And again, y'all, I am not measuring anything here, but just I show in the seasoning them, and then I'm going to just taste along as I go to make sure I have the right amount in there. Meaning I'm just going to go ahead and add in the seasonings, taste it along as I go along, and if I need to add more, I will go ahead and add more into the mix. All right, now here is my jerk seasoned sauce, and I believe that is Grace. I think so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add maybe about 3 to 4 tablespoons. I'm using the mild brand because I don't do pepper up in this place here, honey. So if you want it spicy, go ahead and use the spicy. You could add some Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper to it if you like. Now you want to give it some color, of course. You could use I'm using the browning here in Grace brand, about a tablespoon or so. If you don't want to go this, you could make your browning from scratch, or you could use soy sauce to kick it up. All right. I'm also going to use my minced garlic here. Some people don't like to use the one in the jar here. If you're going to use cloves, use about 6 cloves, 6 or 7 cloves of garlic to the mix. All right, now you definitely want to get some kind of an oil and just throw it all up on your wings, because what the oil is going to do is going to release the seasonings, and it's going to have it go on really smooth. You'll see the difference if you don't use the oil. It's going to be it's not going to be clingy. It's just going to separate from the meat, and you don't want that to happen, right? All right, so now we're going in with the magic of the day, honey, and that is your Hennessy. All right. Now, I did have maybe about 1 1/4 cup of Hennessy to it, but that is just to get it started, honey. We're going to add some more in the thing later on, right? So, but you want to make sure that you put the Hennessy into the meat when you're seasoning it here, because you want to have the flavor right here is where the flavor starts. So you want to just go ahead and just Rub everything in nice, and you're going to allow these wings to sit, because turkey is a kind of a meat. The texture is very dense, so you want to give it time to just sit and marinate for a little while. I did allow it to sit for at least 3 hours, all right, because I want to make sure that the wings has flavor, and it must have the flavor of the Hennessy, all right. So you want to let it sit and marinate. So for a better result, you could have it sit overnight and allow it to marinate. It's going to taste off the chain if you do it overnight. But me, I just went ahead and let it sit room temperature for 3 hours. All right, 3 hours, and I was ready to go. Ready to go. Now, another thing I have to tell you all, your oven, okay, your oven should be at a 375 degree. You want to kick it up at 375 degree of baking, all right. Do not put your oven up too high. You don't want to have it too low, all right. Do it at 375 degrees. Well, when you pop this thing in your oven, you're going to let it bake for about a half an hour, all right. So remember, you give it as much marinating time as you wish. You put it in the oven covered. You're going to put it in that oven covered and let it bake for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, you come back. This is what you're going to have after it has been baking for 30 minutes only. Now, this is what you want to do, because you want to make the meanest Hennessy jerk turkey wings in the kitchen, you know. All right. So you're going to get about 1.5 to 2 cups of coconut cream, right? You could use the one in the can, or you could use the freshly grated coconut, right? Don't just throw it on the wings then. Put it around the perimeter of your baking container. Now, all you have to do here is put it back in your oven, and this time you're going to put it in your oven uncovered only, for an additional 30 minutes, all right? 30 minutes. And your oven is still at a 375 degree in heat. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that in the oven, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and start up our sauce here. Now, in this container, I have about 2 cups of water. We're going to add some herbs to it. So I'm choosing parsley, and we're doing oregano, and we're doing basil, and I think I had some thyme to it, and some chives. All right, just use whatever kind of a greenery you have. Just go ahead and use it. You could add more if you'd like, and you could take away if you'd like, but be sure that you have some parsley and oregano and stuff like that. You could add Italian seasoning if you like, but no, we don't want to put Italian seasoning because we're doing Jamaican style jerk, all right? Oven bake. Now, in that container, also added about, I say maybe about a teaspoon of the browning to give it color, right? And then I added about a teaspoon of the ginger powder. Now, this is where you could go in and add flour, but instead of flour, I'm choosing to use cornstarch, because cornstarch is going to give me a much better texture, all right, and a flavor to my wings. Now, here I'm going to go back in and add about 2 tablespoons of the Hennessy into the mix, and you want to combine all this together. Combine it until it is nice and smooth to the touch, all right? And right here, you're good to go. Depending on how much you're making, you might want to add more water. If you don't want to go water, you could definitely go broth, like beef broth or something like that. Now, moving along in this pot, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'm going to also add my onions here, okay? Some chopped onions, some sliced onions here to the mix. All right, so go ahead and add those in. Now, you don't want to overcook these. You just want them to just have a nice little mellow kind of a color. All right, toast it just a little bit, because you want to have the crunch when you put it in the oven. All right, you'll see the process. Just follow the process. All right. So give it about 2 minutes here. After 2 minutes, you want to go back for your stock that you made, your gravy where you're going to make for your turkey. Give it a good mix just to waken up the cornstarch that's sitting in the bottom, and then you pour it onto the onions, all right? Right here. Now you want it to come together, so you're going to allow it to do its magic on a medium heat for about 5 minutes. It's going to thicken up. As you can see here, it's bubbling. As soon as it starts to bubble, okay, you don't want it to bubble forever until Thanksgiving Day. You just want it to bubble slightly, all right? If that makes any sense. Immediately you take it off the fire and you pour it onto your wings, all right? So these wings now has been cooking for a total of 1 hour. So you go ahead and you pour it onto your wings. If you need to add any additional stock, please do so right here, depending on how much you're serving for and depending on what you are planning to eat with this. If you want gravy, a lot of gravy, well, this is the perfect time to add it in. Go ahead, pour it into your oven back. Just put it into your oven, allow it to cook for another 30 minutes or so until it's nice and tender. Everybody's meat is different, so you might want to give it more time. Mine took a total of 1 hour and a half, all right? Maybe 1 hour and 35 minutes at the most. It was tender. But once again, yours might take a little longer than mine. Just allow it to cook until nice and tender, all right? But overall, when you are done, those are what you will have, honey. You will have the most delicious, full of flavor, Hennessy jerk turkey wings in your kitchen every time, and it's perfect on the table for Thanksgiving. Look at your gravy. Your gravy is perfect for white rice, mashed potatoes, rice and peas, baked sweet potatoes, spaghetti, macaronis. Let me tell you something. This gravy is off the chain, filled with flavor. Now, even if you fry some chicken and you want an extra little gravy upon it, this is the perfect gravy to even go on your chicken for Thanksgiving, honey. Yes, these wings are everything perfect. And honey baby, let me tell you, when you talk about flavor, the smell, the texture of the skin is off the chain. It was like as if I had put it on the grill. But you know, you can't put this on the grill now because it's got tough like a rock. You have to cook it in your oven. This wing here, the wings was so tender, y'all, so tender. So that's why you have to make sure that you have to check your wings and make sure that it is tender, just like mine here. Again, mine was cooked for 1 hour and 35 minutes. But be sure that yours is falling off the bone just like mine is. Tender, and filled with nothing but Thanksgiving goodness of flavor. I hope you did enjoy this recipe, goodies. Don't forget to share this good love with all your friends and family. Tell them what's cooking up over here. Bring them, come and send them, come. I am waiting. After you get done doing all that, tell me where you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!